Hey guys, welcome back to the Piston Show. Today in this video, I want to tell you about the Ford Ranger XLT Plus. Now this sits below the Ranger Wildtrak and it's over 20,000 ringgit cheaper than the Wildtrak. This costs 142,888 ringgit, whereas the Ranger Wildtrak costs 168,888 ringgit, which is quite a lot of savings for you. So what do you get in the XLT Plus? Let's check it out. But before that, message from our sponsor. I know there are many different brands of fuels out there. You can either get it right where it works for life, or you can get it incredibly wrong. And that's where BH Petrol and its Infinity RON 95 and RON 97 Euro 4M are different from the rest. How is it different, you may ask? Well, BH Petrol uses the latest generation German additives to provide the perfect support for modern engines. This additive is specially formulated to work with modern engines. It's designed to keep your fuel injectors clean and to prevent them from blocking up. Besides that, the Infinity RON 95 and Infinity RON 97 Euro 4M fuels also have enhanced corrosion inhibitors. These range of petrols also reduce friction between the piston and the engine walls. This translates into reduced energy loss, giving you instant and consistent fuel savings. And that is why you will never go wrong with BH Petrol's Infinity RON 95 and RON 97 Euro 4M. It is the right choice. So in terms of the design, well, it's same but different, as we Malaysians like to say. So with the XLT, you get a lot of chrome going on at the front, and of course the general design is the same. You still get the C-clamp headlight, which is really cool. However, this loses out on the matrix headlight that the Wildtrak has. This is simply your regular LED headlights. So in terms of design, it's pretty much the same, but you do get a sports bar, a chrome sports bar towards the back though. In terms of sizing, it's also the same. It's 50 millimeters longer and 50 millimeters wider than the Ranger it replaces. And it's not immediately visible when you first take a look at it, but it is longer and wider. Of course, as compared to the Wildtrak, you also get a lot of chrome bits, but you do lose out on the blind spot monitor as well as the 360-degree camera. Other than that, you still get the comfort access, keyless comfort access, which is great. And the suspension, just like the Wildtrak, has been updated as well. The absorber is now placed on the outside of the chassis. So just like on the Wildtrak, this minor update to the suspension gives you a more car-like feel for both the driver and passenger. So it makes the Ranger feel more comfortable as well. On the XLT Plus, you also miss out on the side step, which the Wildtrak has. A very cool feature to have, I think. So it's a bit of a bummer that the XLT Plus loses out on that. On the back, you get your regular halogen tail lamps. You get the integrated LED third brake light into the cargo door. You do get this easy lift tailgate though, so it's very light, so to speak. You also get this, which is supposed to let you work in remote areas. So if you've ever watched any of the new Ford Ranger advertisements, you'll notice somebody working out in the field and they have a C-clamp clamped on here. They're sawing something over here. So that's what it's for. to make it easy for you to work out in the field. The cargo bed is of course now wider than before. Keep in mind that the car is 50 millimeters wider than the model it replaces. Unfortunately, you still get a power socket, but it's only a 12 watt auxiliary power socket, where else the Wildtrak also gets a 3-pin plug. But here at the back, you still get the third mounting point. So, still get a lot of toys, just not as much as the Wildtrak. Let's check out the interior. So as far as the interior of the XLT Plus goes, there's actually quite a lot of difference as compared to the Wildtrak. First of all, this only comes in fabric interior. You don't get leather seats. So as you can see, everything is fabric. And the Wildtrak gets ebony black finishing, where else here you get this gloss grey finishing. You also lose out on retractable cup holders. You get this ugly looking empty slot over there, and you also don't get two glove boxes as you do with the Wildtrak. So in here you only get one glove box together with some storage space over there. The interior too, it's somewhat different, okay, and it's more similar to the previous generation Ranger. For starters, you still get that vertical screen, but in the Ranger Wildtrak is 12 inches. Over here is 10 inches long, and so what this gives you, you still get all Android Auto, Apple CarPlay, you still get all of that, but the screen is smaller. You also get this key wireless charge pad, you get Type-C, Type-A USB slots, but this is where things start to get different. In the Ranger Wildtrak, as you'll see, the cup holders are placed on the side, and this electronic 4x4 selector is placed towards the back, and you also get an electronic parking brake, where else in the XLT Plus you get your regular manual parking brake and a design that is somewhat similar to the previous generation Ranger. Other than that, you still get cruise control, you still get autonomous emergency braking, you still get lane keep assist, you still get all of that. However, you do not get adaptive cruise control as you do with the Ranger Wildtrak. So things are slightly different in the interior of the XLT Plus. Let's go check out the back seat. At the back, well, it's different as well. You still get I'm not sure why this is not opening. It's supposed to open, but I think there are cup holders inside here. There you go, there are cup holders over here. You get air conditioning vents, and you get this 12 watt auxiliary socket. However, you lose out on the 3-pin plug as well as the Type-C and Type-A USB sockets. The leather just feels much better than the fabric does. Fabric feels somewhat on the cheaper side. But yeah, that's the difference. Let's go check out the powertrain. So in terms of the powertrain, it's similar to the Wildtrak. It's still that 2-liter bi-turbo engine. So it produces about 210 PS and 500 Newton meters of torque. In terms of power figures, it's the same as well. And it's still mated to the same 10-speed gearbox. So, which comes with a new torque converter. Not a new torque converter, but an enhanced torque converter. So this gives you more power, more responsiveness, and less lag in power delivery, especially when you want it the most, meaning when you're towing stuff and when you're carrying a load, you want zero loss of power. So that's what the new torque converter is supposed to do. It's supposed to give you immediate power delivery. So in terms of powertrain, it's similar to the Wildtrak, but more enhanced as compared to the previous generation Ranger. In terms of driving the XLT Plus, well, it actually does exactly as advertised. Power delivery is fantastic. Check this out. Just a slight delay there, and in between gear shifts there's zero loss of power. Gear shifts are instantaneous, and you do not feel like it's shifting at all. So there's no loss of power in between. Wow, that's amazing, right? So, but of course, you would expect the Wildtrak to perform in a similar manner as well, simply because the powertrain is the same. So again, just a slight lag, no loss in power delivery. So Ford says that the new torque converter is supposed to quicken gear shifts to reduce power loss, and it does exactly that. The new 10-speed gearbox, wow, quite impressive. It's supposed to be lighter as well, but there's no way of telling that. So overall, the interior ambience is also quite nice, but you get that diesel rattle, and you do hear a bit of the outside world. So which means that I doubt there is active noise cancellation at work over here. So which is a bit of a bummer. I'm a huge fan of the active noise cancellation technology because I appreciate a nice quiet interior, but it's not a deal breaker. Overall, it's really cool. Check this out. Check out the air conditioning vents. They look fantastic. And to turn off the air conditioning vents, you just need to close. In this way, turn it to the right. On my side, turn it to the left. So there's no air coming out of here at all. And check this out, guys. This is my favorite. Wireless Apple CarPlay. This is wireless. I'm not using any cables. Look, there's nothing connected to the Type-C or Type-A USB ports. So this is everything from my phone right here, and you can even reduce the screen allocation for Apple CarPlay, so you get more readouts over here. This is your air conditioning readouts, and this is basically everything else that you'll need to know. And if you need a more visibility, you just need to press this button here, and voila. It still thinks I'm in equal though, but that's a different matter. So anyway, the other thing that I want to highlight over here is the wireless charge pad. Check this out. My phone is actually charging, and why I want to point this out is that my case is still on. Many times for wireless charge pad is that you need to remove the casing and get the phone to, a bare phone to be in contact with the wireless charge pad. So with this, my casing is still attached to the phone and is still charging, which is brilliant. You don't even get this in a car like Lexus, for example. So that's nice. And the other thing is this 8-inch digital meter panel. You can customize what you want it to show, whether you want settings or my view. You can actually customize what you want it to display. So this is, I think, the standard display from Ford right now. So of course, I think there's a lot of things going on at the moment right now. So you probably need some time to get used to it, but that's a separate matter altogether. Anyway, speedometer is clearly visible over there. Fuel gauge is clearly visible over there. So all in all, it's a very nice interior. There's no doubt. Power delivery is nice. Power delivery is nice. 210 PS, 500 Newton meters of torque. This is the same power plant that you'll find in the Wildtrak as well. So the Ford Ranger XLT Plus is priced at 147,888, which means you get quite a lot of features for your money. So all in all, with the XLT Plus, you lose out on a lot of the toys and features that the Wildtrak has to offer. In fact, it also runs on smaller wheels. The Wildtrak runs on 18-inch wheels, whereas the XLT runs on 17-inch wheels. So That's to be expected because, as I said earlier at the beginning of this video, you have a savings of over 20,000 ringgit. But if you don't mind losing out on all the features, if you want a pure workhorse that has a very impressive cargo bed and impressive power figures, as well as a comfortable interior, the XLT Plus is actually quite impressive. Thank you for watching. I'm Keshi Dylan. This is the Piston Show. Do consider subscribing.